All right, now that your pendant is ready to go for resin, I'm going to show you guys how to mix the resin and how and the procedures here. What you'll need is 11 by 17 piece of paper. That is to cover the table because things can get a little messy, and you want to be able to just crumple it up and throw it away. Now I'm just using a practice pendant, which everyone will make. They'll do a practice pendant or pouring, and then they'll make a another one. Now what you guys are going to need, you'll need the coloring, you'll need the resin, you'll need the pendant, this little block here, and this tray that has measuring cups, and if you look, it has different measurements on it, toothpicks, and little popsicle sticks. Oh, I forgot right there. Okay, and then you have the resin and you have the hardener. Now, and I don't know where, there it is. So what this is it's two parts. By itself, it doesn't do anything, but with the hardener will make it hard in a matter of hours, in about a 24-hour period. So first thing you're gonna do, make sure all this stuff is set up. And we have pumps here, right there, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take 2 cups, one for hardener and one for resin. And you are going to pump what you need. Now, a good one, it would be like 1 pump. And if you go 1 pump, that's about, if you look closely leveled, it's about 1/4 of a fluid ounce, okay? And you'll take the hardener and you'll get the same thing. Now I haven't primed this pump. And so it's about ready to go. So I need to put a little bit more. So it's 1/4 of a cup of a fluid ounce. And you see these different measurements on the sides. You just want to make sure that they match up. And make sure that they're equal. Now this hardener right here needs a little bit more. So I'll put a little bit more in it. Make sure they're equal. And they look equal. All right, now that they're equal, I have this, it's a 50-50 blend. So I'll take my popsicle stick and I will scoop I'll scoop all of one into the other. Okay, now so I dump it all in and now that cup is empty. And I'm just gonna sit here and I'm going to mix it. And I'm gonna mix it for about 30 seconds to a minute. All right, now it's all mixed up. Now we've got some time to work with this, so that's not a bad thing. So what I'm gonna do actually, I'm gonna make, if I wanted just one color, then I would just, I could mix it into one color. If I wanted multiple, then I would take this resin and I would pour it into different cups. And I would take it and pour it into different cups so that I knew kind of, okay, this one's going to be black, this one's going to be white, and this one's going to be pink. Okay? So I put that one away. I have all these acrylic paints. Now I'm going to just go crazy because so you guys can see. So I'm going to take my paint, and this one's going to be pink. So I'm going to stir it up, and you don't need a ton, but I'll take this toothpick and I will put this in the resin. Now, with this acrylic and with this resin, normally it's about a 10-to-1 ratio. 10 parts resin, the resin compound, and then 1 part acrylic. Okay, so I mix it up really good. Okay, so there's one. I'll do blue for another. And I get another toothpick. Now these resins, some of it, like if you get white, it's not totally and completely opaque. It becomes more difficult to make it opaque. So if you see here, this blue isn't totally blue. Now if I need more blue, I don't want to put this in there. So I put it off to the side and I get another toothpick so that I don't contaminate the colors with the resin. I put more blue. See, and that blue's not going to be opaque, but it does a pretty good job. It's semi-transparent. And then let's show you black. Let's see. Let's find a black that's still good. So take that. Now the black, if you see, the black really goes really good, really opaque. And I stir it in really good. Okay. Now that's how you mix the colors. So it's about a 10-to-1 ratio. Now, I'm going to clean this stuff up, kind of put things back so that I don't have them, they're not in my way. And I'm going to get this little, my pendant. This pendant is just an example, okay? So, just know that. Now, I'll take my black, or my popsicle, my toothpick, and what I'll do is I'll kind of, if it's a big opening, I'll take this and I'll drop in this resin. You don't want, you want to try and avoid getting resin anywhere other than where it needs to be. And so because this opening is so big, I can put a lot of resin. I can kind of dump it in. But if you need to go 1 drop at a time for your area, do so. Okay. Now, it's always better to have a little extra resin than not enough. Okay? So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to actually push the resin to the sides, making sure I don't let it overflow. Don't let it overflow. Put a little bit more in. And there we go. There's my black resin. Okay? Now, if you look closely, there are some bubbles. There are some bubbles to this. Now, if you want to, you can incorporate other colors to it. It's dangerous because you're not sure how it's going to go. But you could, right? I could put little drops of pink. And then I could go and put drops of blue. and this obviously you're mixing other colors, and so you're not sure how it's completely gonna end up. But I'm gonna move this around, see what it does. And as I mix it, it's kind of just blah. But there's my pendant. Now, there are air bubbles, so I'm going to show you how to take those air bubbles out. Okay, now, I'm at this soldering station, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to lightly torch it. And I'm going to zoom out so you can see kind of what I'm going to do. I don't want to put the torch right into it. I don't want to burn the resin. I want the heat of the torch, but not the flame of the torch. So when I do this, I want to be kind of up here, barely even allowing any heat, so that the bubbles are forced out. Okay, so you can see those bubbles in there. Let me show you how these bubbles will come out. So I'll take the torch, and I have like the yellow torch head on, and I'm just lightly heating up. And you see those bubbles go out. You see it kind of disappear. And it should be crystal clear. And once the initial bubbles go out, then it is good to go. You don't want anything touching it. So you'll take it and you'll put it in the cupboard and wait for and there you will let it wait for about 48 hours. Now that you're done pouring and whatnot, you'll take your 11 by 17 piece of paper and all of this stuff, you'll crumple it up and you will throw it away in the trash, making sure no residue is left where your workstation was. And that is how to pour resin.